The day was the 2nd of October 2023. After 7 years on Instagram and never really getting more than 5,000 views on a video, I posted a video that went super viral, hitting 2.3 million views and over 79,000 likes. And then it happened again and again and again and again and again. And now I've averaged over 1 million views per month for the last 9 months. Now here's a list of reasons that you're about to click off this video. 1. You think the algorithm hates you. The algorithm is not against you. Get over yourself. The algorithm has no free will. It's programmed to show people content that they show an interest in. Instagram and its algorithm needs you to do well because it means more people will stay on this addictive app, and that's good for their investors. Number 2, you think, I don't know what I'm talking about because this started with one of my videos going viral. Having one video blow up does not mean your whole account is set for life. Normally 1 million views will get you a few hundred followers, if that, and that's it. So if you're trying to get tens of thousands of followers like me, then I can tell you now it wasn't because one video blew up and it's been throwing followers at me for the last 9 months. Number 3, you think because I have over 100k on another platform, all of those followers came over to Instagram. Having success on other platforms does not mean anything. I have 180,000 followers on TikTok and it has had little to no effect on my follower growth. I can honestly say that maybe 200 of my followers have come from TikTok out of the 47 something thousand I have now. 4, you think this method will involve you spending the rest of your life editing reels to keep your business afloat. You don't have to be a super whiz editor like the Hormozi style videos you see all over this platform. Less than 5% of my videos are talking head videos like this, so you can rest your head knowing that this method will not require you to go through extensive hours-long editing sessions just to get 2 videos out. Number 5, you think you need to post multiple times a day. You don't need to post 8 times a day. At the start of this massive change for me, I was posting maybe 4 to 5 times per week. And on a slow week, I'll post 2 to 3 times a week and my account hasn't suffered for it. Number 6, you think everyone else is becoming a millionaire with billions of views on Instagram and you're just the unlucky one. This method doesn't rely on chance. I'm sick and tired of so-called experts out there claiming that consistency is the key to everything and one day it'll just happen. At the end of the day, if you put out bad videos consistently, they are still bad videos. You will never get 1 million views on a bad video just because you consistently posted loads of bad videos. Like really, sound that out and understand that that makes no sense. Now that's out the way, let's get into the first of 3 parts to my method where I tell you one of the biggest rules to social media and in business in general. You either need to be first, the best, or different. Like every other photographer, I posted photos and I was enraged when Instagram started prioritizing reels. And my photos went from getting 1,000 likes plus to barely 100. Although I had some success on TikTok, reaching 100k, none of it was converting over to my Instagram, which had been sitting at like 20k and slowly declining over 4 years down to 17.9k. When the real transition came for me, I was doing everything to try and grow and stay relevant in the photography and camera niche, posting behind the scenes, my best work, tutorials like everyone else. I reposted some of my videos that had gone viral on TikTok and still wasn't really having success. I did a 30-day posting challenge, which also brought me absolutely nothing. It wasn't until I posted this reel that everything changed for me in the camera niche. As much as I'd loved making funny videos in the past and on other platforms, I never posted them on my Instagram because, as we all know, Instagram was the place where you showed your best. It was to be the shop front to get you clients. It wasn't the place to be fun or unprofessional or show the truth behind what you do. But my account was dying rapidly and something said to me, look, just throw this video up and see what happens. What have you got to lose? Now, my first viral video wasn't a slow burner. As I remember, it hit 500,000 views in the first day and then about 2 million views in a week or 2. The thing I noticed most was this section here, story reposts. I didn't even know it was a feature. That's how much I wasn't getting my content shared by any of my followers. Notice I said followers and not the algorithm. At this point, I've gone from 0 story shares to about 80 to 100 a day for 2 weeks straight. And that was the first part of understanding what kind of content does well on social media. It needs to be shareable. Think about the kind of video you would repost to your story or DM to a friend. You don't send mediocre videos to your friends. You send videos to your friends that made you laugh so much you cried tears. Here is the video in question.
Phone, wallet, keys. Camera body, SD cards, camera batteries, tripod, softboxes, ND filters, 16mm, 24 to 70mm, 35mm, 50mm, 70 to 200mm, lapel mic, battery mic, hand sanitizer, gimbal, drone, micro SD card for the drone, ND filter for the drone. The little mount adapter thingy for the tripod.
The comments were absolutely flooded with photographers saying, "This is so relatable." Again, this was something I had never seen in my comments before on Instagram. So there we have the first part of the method. Your videos need to be shareable. In this case, my videos were so relatable that they evoked enough feeling for people to share it. But for a video to be shareable, it just needs to elicit some kind of emotion. It's not enough to make someone snort some air out of their nostrils. It needs to be absolutely hilarious. It needs to be the funniest thing they've seen all day. And of course, there are other emotions: sad, happy, angry, and so on. It's not enough to make a video about how your sandwich dropped on the floor. You need to tell a story about how this sandwich that dropped on the floor broke and the sandwich was actually your mum. You see where I'm going with this? Another way to look at it is to watch your followers' stories and take note of whether those videos that they've posted are garbage, mediocre, or absolutely next level in any of those categories. Part 2 of this method is arguably the most important, especially for photographers: being different. Although the idea in my viral video of packing loads of things as a photographer isn't new, it definitely was new on Instagram in the photography space. Otherwise, it wouldn't have gone viral. Again, comparing this video to all of the content that preceded it, this was the first of my videos that completely came from my own mind. I wasn't following a trend or reviewing a product or doing a tutorial that every other photographer was also looking at. I wasn't doing anything trendy or editing photos or anything like that. This was my own personal experience, so it was something nobody had seen documented this way before on Instagram. Now, please don't take this as a sign to start doing vlogs. Nobody cares about your life. Just stay with me. As much as you'd like to accredit my 50K success to that video blowing up, for any of us who have had a video go viral, we know that that's not how it works, and here's proof. After that video got 2 million views, the very next video only got 5,000 views. Again, it was a video of me doing what everyone else was doing and showcasing my work. But then I posted a meme video that again was deliberately relatable and also unique to me. Side note, as much as relatable and unique sound like opposites, the unique part is the fact that I was the only one posting about it in this way. The relatable part is self-explanatory. This video then got 17,000 views. It wasn't viral, but it was definitely a step up from all the other videos where I posted my work or a tutorial that everyone else was doing. Notice a trend here. Now the fourth video, again, I posted that video to showcase my photography and it got 5,000 views. Are we seeing a pattern here? I then posted a video where I spoke about how sometimes I feel 35mm and other times I feel 85mm. Again, it was a video topic / idea / concept that completely came from my mind. Unique. And I knew other photographers must feel the way I feel. Relatable. To this day, that video has 355,000 views. The next of my videos to go viral was a video where I compared my iPhone's 4K to my camera's 4K. But Kim, that's not relatable or unique. Well, that's the part 3. Now be patient for that step. Another video was where I made a joke about how video creators be like. Another video where I did a POV style joke about being a toxic photographer. And then a video where I misunderstand the phrase "break it down" from a client and the process of having your picture taken as a photographer. There is a secret to these videos and why they went viral, and that leads on to part 2, how I get my inspiration for viral videos. And this method still works for me to this day. The unique aspect to these videos comes from where I find inspiration. I do not touch the camera niche. I repeat, I do not touch the camera niche. I don't get inspo from any videographers or photographers or video editors or camera review pages or anything like that. I've understood now that in the last 9 months, the most important thing to consider when you make a video is that you're making it for a human being and not the algorithm. As soon as I let go of the algorithm and picturing it as this entity that I could please and coerce into boosting my post and all of that nonsense, my videos started to do well. In the camera niche, we all post about the same things. It's repetitive, it's boring. When Canon drop a new lens or a camera, all the big reviewers talk about it, and then everyone else, trying to be as big as them, copies their videos, and so on and so on and so on. We have a bunch of creatives copying bigger creatives, not realizing that Peter McKinnon has millions of followers and access to all of the new gear months before you can get your hands on it. Not to mention that all of his videos that have seen his review are going to watch yours and be bored of it. You have no chance to make a better video than his. He has the production, the experience, and so much more. You'll only do better if you're different. But back to step 2. When DaVinci or Final Cut Pro drop a new update, everyone talks about it. When Adobe put out a new AI feature, everyone talks about it. And you'll understand as somebody in this niche that it gets boring. You get sick of it. I would go as far as to say that even posting our work has become boring, as subjective as it's meant to be. With the rise of AI and the amazing things that our cameras can do, and the amazing wealth of knowledge that we have access to, everyone is improving at an astronomical rate. And so it's quite rare for us to see things that we've never seen before, that can have enough of an impression on us that we want to share it. Ask yourself this question. As a photographer or videographer who's been in this space for years, when is the last time you saw a photo or video that actually made you gasp, made you emotional, made you want to watch it again and again, made you want to immediately share it with somebody? That's what's missing in the camera space and in your content. I want you to go to your profile on your feed and look at your posts and ask yourself which, if any, of your posts would actually make someone gasp or cry or inspire them. If you're not growing on Instagram, the answer is probably none of them. Your posts are okay at best. Ask yourself, would anyone be so engaged with this video that they would want to share it on their story or DM it to one of their friends? When I look at all of my viral videos, there are none like it anywhere else in the camera space. So what should you do about it? Step 2 of 3 is finding inspo where no one else is looking for it. I get my inspiration from other niches. I get my inspiration from vloggers. I get a lot of my ideas from comedians on TikTok. Not stand-up comedians, but TikTok comedians that make relatable skits and content. And then I repurpose it for the camera space. I get ideas from TV shows. I take a video from the cooking niche, or the family niche, or the fashion niche, or any niche you can think of, and I constantly think about how I can repurpose and adapt those videos to the camera niche, because I know that as a human being scrolling through the camera niche, you're probably always looking at camera stuff, and the odds of you already seeing my idea or style of video are extremely low because it comes from a niche that has nothing to do with cameras. So that's part 2. Here are 5 examples.
And admit you're in danger.
Who are you talking to right now?
And admit you're in danger.
Who are you talking to right now?
Oh, excuse me. What song are you listening to?
Oh, my long distance best friend's life updates. I have 9 more minutes.
Excuse me, what song are you listening to?
Oh, voice note from my client. She wants me to remove half the footage but make the videos twice as long somehow.
You're 19?
Yes.
You look older. That's not a compliment. I'm telling you, you look troubled and older than you're 19?
Yes.
You look older. That's not a compliment. I'm telling you, you look troubled and older than your years.
Now part 3 is to always be testing. Test new ideas, test new methods, new video formats until something works. Then do more of what works and less of what doesn't. But always be testing new stuff. What worked in the camera space in 2020 does not work anymore. We all know stranger portraits were popping back in the day, but now they're nowhere to be seen. And videos that pop up now will not be popping into your timeline in 2 years' time. When a video does well for you, find ways to do it again and again and again. I'm a huge fan of rinsing, but always allocate at least a small portion of your videos to be testing new concepts. A great example is this video here on my account. It was nothing like all of the skits I'd got into the habit of posting at the time. In fact, it felt so far from what I was used to posting that I almost deleted it. That video took me about 5 minutes to shoot and about another 5 minutes to edit, and it's gained me 19,000 followers. So I repeat, always be testing new stuff. This also feeds into why I hate when people push for consistency alone. A lot of you are watching this video knowing that you've been posting sometimes daily for multiple years and you've gotten nowhere. Obviously, consistency hasn't worked for you. So clearly, the reason you haven't grown is because you've not yet stumbled upon the style or idea or concept that will eventually work for you. When I work with my clients and I speak to my friends about this, I always tell them to start by posting as many different pieces of content as possible, in as many different styles as possible. If they have to choose between 30 similar videos or 30 videos that are all completely different from one another, I always vote for the latter, because if the same videos don't go viral, all you've learned is that that one style doesn't work. But if you post 30 different videos and 2 or 3 of them do a little bit better than the rest, you then have way more information to go off. Anyone who claims to have a secret hack to growing on social media is lying to you. All you need are the fundamentals. In niches like this, where there are so many creators to compete with, in a space that I feel like I have dominated, as I am close to monetization on YouTube, I have 180k on TikTok and 50k almost on Instagram, I can tell you that even I don't know what is going to work for you. You have to figure it out now using the fundamentals. So the summary of this video is this: for your videos to go viral, human beings need to like them. And an indicator that human beings like them is that they share it, or they comment on it, or they like it. People will only do those things if a video stands out to them enough to give them an emotional response, whether that's to make them laugh or cry or inspire them to take action or something like that. You need to focus on improving your ideas at the core, not adding more B-roll and sprucing up the edit style. I used to think people were corny for saying things like this, but ultimately, for your video to go viral, it needs to be a good video. Step 1 after watching this video should be to go and look at videos that made you laugh so badly that you thought you were going to die from not being able to breathe. Look at videos you've saved. Look at videos that you've DM'd to your friends. Look at videos that you've shared to your story. Look at videos that you've run downstairs to show your parents or your family members or something. Look at the videos that you've saved in that little folder that you bring out when you're at restaurants with your mates. I know you have one. Those are the videos that you want to be emulating. Again, you need to be first, the best, or different. I would urge you to be different because I think it's the cheapest and the easiest one to do. To be first in this niche often requires that you need to buy the gear the day it's released, and I don't think many of us have the money to do that with every piece of tech that comes out. For you to be the best requires you to create and edit at such a high level that you are competing with people like Peter McKinnon and all the rest of the biggest creators that are 10 years ahead of you with money, experience, and everything else. All that leaves you with is being different. I've had this long sustainable growth for 9 months, and it's taken me this long to make this video because I never want to be like those course creators that teach you things when they have no experience, and then they shame you for getting it wrong because you didn't put the work in, when really the truth is they don't fully understand what they're selling. I can now confidently say I know exactly how I grew my page and continue to grow it to this day. Now, I hope this video helps, and as always, if you have any questions, drop them down below and I'll make any follow-up videos if necessary. See ya.